From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode,
the founder of Invst, Invst, explains what will happen in an upcoming workshop, what a recent venture capital report says about Indiana tech opportunities, and credit union tips on auto loans and how to protect your own credit score.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
Scott Jared is the founder of Invst, Invst. He has an ambitious goal. He wants to help 1 million people live the life they want. During the upcoming InnoPower Minority Business Week at Rally, Jared will present his plan for making it happen.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
I'm Scott Jared. I'm the CEO of Invst, and what we do is we help money work for people, primarily so they can live the life they want. Well, what we find is that it's not really the money that's their most valuable asset, it's actually them. So everything builds around you, and once you understand that you are your most valuable asset, and then we can build on that, and once you get clear of what you want for yourself, then everything starts to fall together. And that's what I think people forget. They think their money is their most important asset, or their house and all these other things, but it's really not. It's actually them and their ability to do whatever it is they want to do in their life. There's always a story behind a small business owner, an entrepreneur that started something, and you'll find that they're searching for something. They have a great idea. There's something that they're wanting to move towards, that they see an opportunity, and there's a story behind how they went from where they were to being a small business owner to even a big business owner of what they are. I just watched this video on Mark Cuban. He started his first company with $8,000, and he was in the ice bath with Kevin Hart, and he goes, "You started for $8,000?" He's like, "Man, I spent that on a box of wine, and now the business is worth billions of dollars." But there's a story there, like how did you do it, where did it go, and you'll find that over time, there's a lot of patterns that repeat themselves. I think you think it's going to be easier than what it really is. You don't realize what you don't know, and a lot of times that's probably the best thing, is you don't realize that it's going to be a harder journey than most. You'll have to go through a lot of adversity, and you're going to have to just be so strong mentally that you're going to be able to get through so much of that. Everyone thinks that entrepreneurship's like this easy thing. It's something you can read and become good at just through school or something. It's about trial and error and building through those adversities to help you get to where that is. So everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Everyone wants that thing, but there's a price you have to pay to get there. You asked me a big question earlier. You said, well, how did you figure out you're going to be an entrepreneur? When I got out of high school, my ticket to go to college was playing sports. And they said, the best career for you is criminal justice. They did no psychology on me. They never talked about what my interests were. It was more about, you can go do this curriculum because you have a higher likelihood of not failing. What was cool is I was going through this journey of understanding more about myself. I was like, I'm not really passionate about this. And then when I transferred to Ball State, I thought that I wanted to be an architect. They had a really good architecture school. They had an entrepreneurship school. And they were one of the only schools in the state that had it at the time. Don Krakow started it, and now he's moved on to IU and built that into a very good school. And I was like, I was so fascinated. That sounds like the right thing. So in the program, it talks about his principles to entrepreneurship. So I took that class, I took the 2 classes, and I'm like, wow, if I had not been exposed to that book that Don put out and this program at Ball State, I don't know if I would ever have figured it out for myself. And the reality is a lot of people can't spend the time that it takes to go to a 4-year university to learn that stuff. So what we did is we consolidated all that knowledge. We took the best that's out there that have created systems that have been running hundreds of thousands of businesses, and we consolidated into a 7-month program where you can have the entrepreneurship journey for yourself, and you can do it at your own pace with people that are there to help build you a community, build collaboration, help you build the confidence so you can get to that area. And I just was thinking back, man, if I would have had that when I started, I could have really shortcutted my vision of what I wanted for the people that we serve had I had that. So I'm so excited that we finally have the program built, it's ready to go, and we've been working so hard to be able to offer it up, and that's why it's going to be a great hit to be able to do it at Rally. So we have 2 90-minute breakout sessions that explain what it is and how we can really give back to the community like that people had helped me carry me forward. Now it's our turn to pay it forward in that way. I remember when I was at AT&T and I got my first job, I was so excited because I finally actually had money for the first time. I had a $700 car put on my credit card and I had finally made it. And I remember walking in and all these people were getting fired, laid off, and we were the new succession to it. And I just remember feeling so helpless. Like I felt like I wasn't adding impact. And I remember walking in with my roommate and we said, what can we do? And I remember said, if we had a mission statement, what would it be? It's like our mission is to educate, guide, and counsel people so that they can reach their full financial potential. And you nailed it. It's like, what is the potential? But a lot of people don't have the thinking tools to think about what it is that they can design the life that they want. So what we want to do is flip it around, give you the pen, and let you design the most perfect life that you could ever imagine. And then once you design the life that you want, then it becomes your life and it becomes this journey. And that's what I've learned is you can actually do that. And so Invst may be a money, help you scale and grow, but it's really more about your mind over money and how you can scale and be whatever it is you want to do because you can design the life that you want to live. And that's potential.
Indiana Tech's second quarter report on venture capital investments is out. We sat down with Roger Schumann, Director of Venture Engagement for TechPoint, to find out how Indiana is working to keep pace with or surge ahead of the rest of the nation.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
I'm Roger Schumann. I'm the Director of Venture Engagement at TechPoint. I've been here for about 7.5 years now. Multiple areas of focus. We certainly focus on talent. We realize how important it is that we have talent in the state of Indiana, and we try to keep talent in the state of Indiana. So we have a 6-person team that's just devoted to that. So we have our extern program, which is an internship program that's been going on for over 11 years now. We have a leadership academy for kind of rising managers and even first-time C-suite people. So we have a strong talent representation, strong on media and PR, making sure that we're telling the stories about what's going on in the state of Indiana with regards to tech. And then our innovation team, which is really our newest team, where we're focused on trying to help those early stage founders get off the ground to scale their companies. Yeah, it's something we've been tracking now for quite a while. I've been, like I said, I've been here for 7.5 years, so I've been watching over and even to some degree producing that report. Now it's a joint project that we all get involved in, but yeah, we've been keeping track of what type of investments are made in the state of Indiana that are specifically targeted towards tech. So one of the things that we look at with our venture reports is not just how many millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars are invested into companies, but we like to know where they are. Is it a pre-seed, seed, Series A, or whatever? So what we have noticed, especially in the last few years, we're very top-heavy on the number of early-stage companies, so those pre-seed and seed-stage companies. In fact, I think right now, from the past quarter, they represent about 53% of the companies that have taken on investment from tech companies. So as we've been looking at that data for the past few years, we realized that this is an area where we can help. So we started a venture support program last year. Actually, it's been a couple of years now. And the idea is that we want to talk to every early stage tech founder. It's a 30-minute call. It's free. It's usually 2 of us from TechPoint, or sometimes we'll bring in other industry experts that can help. We listen to your pitch for maybe 5 minutes, ask some questions, kick the tires, and then figure out what are the things we can do to help you on your way. So we're in July, and we've already had over 100 conversations with founders. And as we can help those founders along the way, then hopefully we're going to see more success beyond just pre-seed and seed. We'll see more Series A investments and beyond those companies as they for those companies so they can continue to scale. So a major focus of the Mission 41K program is that we want to make sure that those who are underrepresented in the tech ecosystem are getting those opportunities, those apprenticeships, opportunities for Leadership Academy, even extern. We want to make sure that people who are underrepresented will get those opportunities, and our talent team makes a lot of effort to make sure that we are going the extra mile to find those people. Interestingly enough, we can look back at the numbers and see where they've gone up and where they've gone down. There was a huge spike across the nation in 21 and 22, kind of right after the pandemic. Those were numbers that we probably will never see again. But in general, we have seen a rise, and kind of a big bump here, but then a gradual rise in the state of Indiana with regards to dollars invested into Indiana tech companies. It's one thing to say that Indiana is perhaps outpacing other areas of the country with regards to percentages of investments. So whereas I think there was a 36% increase in dollar amount throughout the entire country as far as VC dollars are concerned, we had a 360% increase in the state of Indiana. That's great, and that's exactly where we want to be. However, we've always been such a small part of that VC or investment puzzle that it's growth, it's significant growth, and I think we can talk about that, but we've got a long way to go. If you would have talked to investors that invest in Indiana companies maybe 3 or 4 years ago, for the most part, all they were looking for were B2B SaaS companies, so business-to-business, software as a service companies. I think there's the idea that you don't have to put as much in, and you've got a faster term in terms of when that company can have a successful exit. But I think we've seen now in the state of Indiana where hard tech has become a major focus with early stage investors, and even if you look at some of the activity with manufacturing that's going on in the state of Indiana. So hard tech has certainly become important. Ed tech has become important. Marketing tech has been, I think, a staple here for the past 10 years or so. But we're seeing other areas that are becoming more important, and it's not just a kind of a singular focus from investors. So we have investors coming in from out of state who are looking at opportunities here.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities. As a business owner or entrepreneur, you may very well have or will have a loan for a car, work truck, or other vehicle. Our Business Equity and Opportunities team stopped in at the Urban League branch of the Financial Health Federal Credit Union on Capitol Avenue to find out what options you need to consider when getting an auto loan.
This is Business Equity and Opportunities, running your business day to day.
My name is Clarice Rogers, and I am a branch manager here at the Indianapolis Urban League branch, and I'm also the lending manager. What that affords for us for members is a wide range of services we can offer them. We first bring them in as a member. Sometimes we bring them in to try to do an auto loan for them when they're not even a member, and I've done that with several people. I've made them a member after getting them approved for the loan and getting them in. We like to get them pre-approved. And I tell the classes that I go to and attend that's very important to get pre-approved, because it's nothing better than to go on a car lot and know what you have to spend instead of you being gullible to that car salesperson that's going to, first of all, prejudge you as to what you can afford or can't afford. And when they go on that lot and they get pre-approved, I tell them, you walk on that lot and act like you haven't, that you own part of it, because you know what you have to work with, and you're not being allowed them to think they know what you can afford. I walk them through every step of the process. From once they're approved, I tell them what to expect once they go on the car lot. And I'll tell them, first of all, they always try to get, the car dealership tries to get these people to go to who they want them to go to for their financing. And when we send our members out there, I let them know you're pre-approved, so you tell them that's not even a part of the conversation that you're there to talk about. Let them know that you're there to purchase a vehicle, and if they keep forcing their financing on you, let them know you can go somewhere else. And I'll tell them that's how that step works too. So I say when you drive off that lot, they're going to call you back before you get out of the lot because they figured out that they've lost a member or a customer because they were so busy trying to worry about where they were going to finance their vehicle. I said, so expect that. When they do that, I said, you let them know, once again, you're there to purchase a car, not to figure out where I'm going to get my vehicle financed. And I said, and if they treat you well, then you go ahead and deal with them. And if not, leave. The interest rate that they receive is based on what their credit score is. And when I go and talk to classes, I let them know you might have a 581 credit score, but we will finance a vehicle for you because it's not so much the credit score number that's important, it's the detail in the credit report that we look at. My favorite car loan story is I used to manage a branch at University Hospital here off on campus. And I had a girl come in, and she was a regular member. I knew her by name, and she had never purchased a vehicle. She was one that always went to a buy here, pay here. And I said, let me tell you something. You have the ability to go on a regular car lot just like anybody else. I said, that's what I want you to do. Don't go buy something that when you drive off the lot and the muffler's falling off there and say, well, see you next week with your payment, and not worry about whether that muffler gets fixed or not. But you've already signed paperwork and you've gotten yourself into that. I said, so go to a regular dealership. And she said, I said, and you have somebody that can go with you, don't you? And she said, no, I don't. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, if you can't find anyone to go with you, I said, come back and let me know, and I'll go with you. As soon as she walked out the door, my teller said, Clarice, you know she's going to come back and want you to go with her. And she did just that. So I told her I would accompany her on going and helping her get a car. She was going to go on Saturday, so I said, call me. I'll come pick you up and take you to a dealership or two. So we did that. She found her a vehicle. She didn't have insurance, auto insurance yet, so we had to call around, get that. I spent my whole day with her. She was so happy, and it warmed my heart because I helped somebody, and that's what's important to me, is helping people that can't get help otherwise. I do 110 because it's important to me, not only for the job and what I do for my job, but it's important to me to make sure people are taken care of if they need to be.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunities show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.